and a warm welcome to Mlc Tv News Hour, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the Confluence State of Nigeria. I am Matthias Ayodeji Peter. The headlines: Federal government sacks 1,500 federal workers over fake appointment letters. Amnesty students emerge overall best, 4 others bag first class. 2023 PDP opens presidential ticket to all region. And NFF begins search for new Super Eagles coaches. Now the news in detail. The federal government has sacked over 1,500 workers who joined the federal civil service with fake appointment letters. The head of the civil service of the federation, Dr. Folashade Yemi, made this known in Abuja, saying the workers were dictated with fake appointment letters in the past year. According to her, over 1,000 corporates were said to have been discovered in one ministry, while 500 others were found in other ministries. She said workers will be delisted from the Integrated Personnel and Payroll Information System. In her keynote address at the National Policy Dialogue on Entrenching Transparency in Public Office Recruitment in Nigeria, organized by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission in Abuja, the head of service explained that our administration has taken decisive steps to nip in the bud the alarming sharp practices and the acts of impunity being perpetrated on the IPPIS, as well as to purge the system of all infiltrations. According to her, the government's efforts to stop financial leakages in the civil service had created a gap leading to a series of implementation issues, adding that as of March 2022, over 380,000 officers had been captured on the IPPS payroll, comprising 66,000 and 320,000 for core and non-core MDAs respectively. Yemi Eson further said that our office is carrying out a mop-up exercise in the core and non-core MDAs, which would be rounded off in September. Speaking on the global best practices in public service recruitment, Yemi Eson noted that the India public service recruits only competent workers compared to the Nigerian system, which is based on federal character principles and nepotism. The program was attended by the Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, the Provost Anti-Corruption Academy of Nigeria, Professor Latunde Babawale, Professor Isaac Obasi, and other dignitaries. The Senate on Tuesday passed a bill to repeal and reenact the National Commission for Colleges of Education Act of 1989. Also passed was a bill to establish the Federal Polytechnic, Orozo. According to a statement by the Special Assistant Press to the Senate President, Dr. Israel Tabiowo, the bills were passed following the consideration of 2 separate reports by the Committee on Tertiary Institutions and Tertiary Education Trust Fund. The statement read, Senator Nora Dadut, in a presentation on behalf of the committee chairman, Ahmed Baba Keita, said the National Commission for Colleges of Education Bill, among others, seeks to empower the Commission to attract highly qualified personnel from the Federal Colleges of Education. She added that the bill also seeks to make 65 years the official retirement age from service, as well as provide the Commission with the powers to appoint, second, or transfer an employee of other colleges or appoint new officers to deputize the Executive Secretary of the Commission. Governor Bello Mohammed Matawale Baradun, Baden Hausa Shetima Sokoto has called on Director Generals, Senior Special Assistants, and other senior government officials to always be the eyes of government in curtailing the menace of banditry and other heinous crimes in the state. The governor gave the charge today while hosting Directors Generals and Senior Special Assistants to the governor to Ramadan breakfast iftar at his residence to mark the end of the 4th day of the Ramadan fast. He informed them that as government appointees, they are representatives of the state government in all aspects, hence the need for them to redouble effort in assisting the government to achieve its set objective. He also called on the Directors General and Senior Special Assistants to be responsible for the welfare and safety of their communities, pointing out that the government officials are always lagging in meaningful contributions in addressing insecurity affecting the state. Governor Matawale warned political office holders to always be closer to their people and wonder why political appointees are shunning away from their immediate communities. The governor enjoined them to ensure that their offices and telephone lines are accessible to their people so as to collectively monitor what is happening in the rural areas, especially as regards to activities of bandits and other criminal activities. He directed the State Ministry of Finance not to pay salaries of staff until respective commissioners, permanent secretaries, and the directors generals endorse the exact number of staff who reported to work, adding that the heads of ministries and agencies should ensure routine verification of staff on a daily basis. Earlier, the chairman of Directors General's Forum, Idris Garba Rikiji, who spoke on behalf of the DGs and SSA's forum, assured the governor of their unflinching support and cooperation for the overall development of the state. The event was attended by the State Deputy Governor Hassan Mohammed Nasiha, Jauba Guzu, Speaker Zamfara State House of Assembly Nasiru Mauzu Magraya, Secretary to the State Government Kabiru Balarebe, Chief of Staff Government House Gusau Malam Ibrahim Suleiman, State Head of Service Kabiru Mohammed Gayari, State APC Chairman Tuku Umar Danfulani, Commissioners and other senior government officials. A student under the Presidential Amnesty Program Scholarship, Basi Emmanuel, has emerged as the overall best of Ritman University Ikot Ekpene Akwa Ibom State with a CGPA of 4.81 on a maximum scale of 5.00. Other PAP students who graduated with a first class are Akudike Ifeanyi Stephen, Obiela Christiana, Church Ere, Awara Blessing Elozunu, and Bolagu. Basi, who graduated from the Department of Computer Science and Mathematics, was the valedictorian during the institution 2019-2020 convocation ceremony. This was contained in a statement signed by the Special Advisor Media to PAP Interim Administration, Natabose Egbe, made available to journalists in Port Harcourt. Egbe said in his valedictory speech, Basi attributed his academic achievement to hard work and dedication. He said the privilege extended to him by PAP to attend the institution motivated him to be at his very best throughout the program. He thanked the interim administrator of the PAP, Milan Dixon Diko, for the scholarship and promised to be a worthy ambassador of the program. He encouraged other beneficiaries of PAP scholarship to make the best use of the opportunity. In his remarks, Diko, who was represented by his special advisor on project, Edwin Ekpo, congratulated the graduating students for their academic feat and urged them to continue to be shining examples in society. He said it was to see that the PAP scholars were among the very best, describing it as a testament that the investment in the scholarship scheme was not a waste. Diko also commended the school authority for what he referred to as the quality of learning and the facilities which help the students and charged them to maintain the standard. The PAP boss also appreciated the President Muhammadu Buhari for his support for the Amnesty program and tasked companies in the regions to employ the new graduates. The Nigerian Union of Local Government Employees, NOLGE, lampooned state governors for refusing to support local government autonomy, describing them as enemies of the masses. NOLGE traced Nigeria's Hydra-headed problems of banditry, terrorism, killings, unemployment, hunger, kidnappings, insurgency, and drug abuse being perpetrated by youth to neglect of the local government by successive governments. The NOLGE president in Ekiti, Babatunde Olatunde, said this in Ado Ekiti at a media rally sponsored by the Social Action for Galvanized Support for the passage of the Local Government Autonomy Bill before state assemblies. Olatunde said governors opposing full autonomy for our 774 councils are doing so for selfish reasons, and I consider them as enemies of the people, enemies of our nation. If you are just joining us, it's Mlc TV News Hour. We'll be right back after the short break.
They say is the bedrock of the society. It is everything. Everyone needs a house to live in, but a supportive family is what builds a happy and a successful home. It is Family Affairs on Mlc TV every Saturday by 7 p.m. Join Balagdubu Janet as she takes you on an exclusive interview with guests, marriage counselors, doctors, and many more, where they get to share their experiences, and together we build the society at large. To subscribe to our YouTube channel, log on to Mlc TV or like our Facebook page, Mlc TV. You can also follow us on Instagram at Mlc TV 2021. For adverts and sponsorship, call the numbers displayed on your screen. It's Family Affairs, where we discuss family matters. Coming your way soon on Mlc TV.
Welcome back. Now on politics. The Independent National Electoral Commission has warned political parties in the country against the violation of electoral timelines, as well as the provision of the new Electoral Act 2022. The electoral body said it will stick to the timelines and also monitor the primaries of political parties as it has released the timetable and schedule of activities for the 2023 general elections on February 26, 2022. The Chairman Information and Voters Education Committee INEC, Festus Okoye, in a statement issued in Abuja stated, the timetable provided detailed activities including the conduct of primaries, nominations of candidates by political parties, and other activities leading to the Presidential and National Assembly election stated for Saturday, February 25, 2023, followed by the gubernatorial and state assembly elections on Saturday, March 11, 2023. INEC added that the candidates for the 1,491 constituencies for which elections will be conducted in 2023 must emerge from democratic, transparent, and valid primaries, in line with the provision of Section 29 and 84 of the Electoral Act 2022. The Commission stated, where a political party fails to comply with the provision of the Electoral Act in the conduct of its primaries, its candidate shall not be included in the election for the particular position in issue. Emerging reports indicate Governor Samuel Otom-led 37-man PDP zoning committee has decided to throw open the presidential ticket of the People's Democratic Party in 2023 to all aspirants. This much was gathered following the party's zoning committee meeting held at Benue State Governor's Lodge in Asokoro, Abuja. Governor Otom, while addressing journalists, said the unanimous position adopted by committee members will be presented to the National Executive Council of the party, stating that the issue of zoning has been resolved. A media source reportedly hinted that the committee might have thrown open the ticket. He, however, noted that zoning, as in our party constitution, is affirmed, but the gentleman's arrangement will be breached this time. It was lent. The decision to throw out presidential zoning by the main opposition party is in contrary to the hues and cries of the party's presidential aspirant, who hails from southern Nigeria. Afraid that the party might force them to play into the hands of money bags and former Vice President Atiku Abubakar at the presidential primary one more time. Many of the southern aspirants have pleaded with the party to zone the tickets to south. The aspirants who are likely to express concern over the latest decision include Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State, former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi, Governor Odom Emmanuel of Akwa Ibom, veteran journalist Dele Momodu, and former Senate President Pius Ayim Pius, among others who have indicated interest to run for the highest office in Africa's largest democracy. The Director General of Yaya Bello Presidential Campaign Organization, Hafsat Abiola, has said she is leading the campaign efforts of Governor Yaya Bello because she has studied the aspirant and has seen in him the qualities needed to take Nigeria to its right destination. Hafsat Abiola, daughter of the winner of the 1993 presidential election, late MKO Abiola, said one of the similarities between her late philanthropist father and the governor of Kogi State, Yaya Bello, was that they both refused to have political godfathers. This, she said, was responsible for the persecution the governor had faced by different interests and the controversies around his administration. The DG, who spoke on national TV program This Day Live, expressed the confidence that Bello would clinch the ticket of the All Progressive Congress irrespective of the zone of the national chairman. She said Nigerians must be given the free hand to choose their leaders. That is the meaning of democracy. My father did not contest to represent zoning interests. His interest was Nigeria and Nigeria alone. She added that another similarities was that the late MK Abiola believed in a united Nigeria just like Bello, noting that he also treated everyone around him with respect regardless of their social standing. These are the same qualities I have seen in Governor Bello. He dared to contest, not minding that he was from a minority tribe in Kogi and won, and he has come out again. My father did the same when it was believed that a Yoruba man could not be president. She said her father would have been happy to see that a young, courageous man like the governor had done everything to bring back his Hope 93 in Hope 23 with the same person that did the manifesto on board, Senator Jonathan Zwingina. Thousands of Nigerians from all walks of life had stormed the Eagle Square at the nation's capital on Saturday to witness the official acceptance of Governor Bello to vie for the position of presidency come 2023. While declaring his intention to run, Governor Bello reiterated that he has demonstrated capacity to lead Nigeria in his present assignment as the governor of Kogi State, noting that for him, all that mattered was Nigeria and the well-being of the citizens. The DG pointed out that the presidential aspirants had the right marks where the voters were, women and youth, adding that being the first female director general of a presidential campaign organization was an attestation to Governor Bello's unrivaled record in women inclusion. Now on crime. A Cyprus-based Nigerian, Ifeoluwa Lawal, has accused men of the Nigerian police force or Osun State Police Command of extortion. Lawal said he had visited his grandparents with his family and was returning to Abeokuta, Ogun State, when a policeman stopped his car around the Sekona Grammar School, Ede. He explained that another policeman took his phone and saw a screenshot of a crypto transaction he recently had. The victim said the cops accused him of being an internet fraudster. Speaking on Monday, Lawal said the policeman later threatened to hand him over to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Asked if he suffered injuries during the encounter, he said, "They hit my brother, although I was injured when they asked me to enter the van. One of them used the car door to hit me on the knee." The Osun State Police spokesperson Yemisi Okpalola said the command had commenced investigation into the incident. She said, "We will inform you when we are done with our investigation." A military tribunal on Wednesday ruled that Burkina Faso's former president Blaise Compaoré be sentenced to life imprisonment for complicity in the 1987 murder of his predecessor, Thomas Sankara, in a coup. The charismatic Marxist revolutionary Sankara was gunned down in the West African nation's capital, Ouagadougou, at the age of 37, 4 years after he took power in a previous putsch. Compaoré was charged in absentia along with his former head of security, Anyete Kanfodo, who was also sentenced to life imprisonment. Both have previously denied any involvement in Sankara's death, along with 12 other defendants accused of involvement in the plot, 3 of whom were declared innocent on Wednesday. The court found Blaise Compaoré and Anyete Kanfodo guilty of attacks on state security, complicity of murder, and concealment of a corpse, the tribunal said in its ruling. Compaoré went on to rule for 27 years before being ousted in another coup in 2014 and fleeing to Ivory Coast, where he is still believed to live. Fondly known as African Che Guevara, Sankara took over power on a promise to thwart corruption and post-colonial influences, denouncing foreign aid as a control mechanism. He rolls out mass vaccination against polio, banned female circumcision and polygamy, and was one of the first African leaders to publicly recognize the growing AIDS epidemic as a threat for the continent. A former fighter pilot, Sankara won public support in the impoverished nation by selling a government fleet of Mercedes, lowering the pay of well-off public servants, and forbidding first-class state travel. He cut his own salary, refused to work with air condition, and jogged through Ouagadougou unaccompanied. Critics said his reform curtailed freedom and did little to enrich ordinary people, but admiration remains. Over the weekend, students gathered around white flowers marking the spot where Sankara was shot. Now on sports. The Executive Committee of Nigeria Football Federation has mandated one of the federation's subcommittees to, within the next 5 days, recommend a new coaching crew for the Super Eagles. The mandate is one of the decisions the committee took at its first formal meeting since Nigeria's failure to qualify for the 2022 FIFA World Cup billed for Qatar. The meeting held in Abuja and attended both physically and virtually by 14 members asked the Technical and Development Subcommittee to make the recommendations. It was reported that this subcommittee is responsible for the selection of coaches through its recommendations to the Executive Committee. Aside the expected recommendation on the Super Eagles coaching crew, the subcommittee is also to recommend new coaching crews for 3 other national teams within the same period of 5 days. These are the CHAN, African Nations Championship team, also known as the home-based Super Eagles, the under-20 male team Flying Eagles, and the under-17 male team Golden Eaglets. Liverpool took charge of their Champions League quarter-final against Benfica on Tuesday as Sadio Mane, Ibrahima Kanouté, and Luis Diaz gave them a 3-1 lead after the first leg in Lisbon. Liverpool will be supremely confident of finishing the job at the Anfield next week, with Jurgen Klopp comfortable enough to take off Mohamed Salah, Mane, and Thiago Alcantara after an hour. Salah in particular was surely being preserved for Sunday when Liverpool faced Manchester City in what could prove to be the decisive match in the Premier League's neck-to-neck title race. Kevin De Bruyne broke Atletico Madrid's stubborn resistance as the Manchester City midfielder's second-half strike clinched a 1-0 win in Tuesday's Champions League quarter-final first leg. Pep Guardiola's side spent much of the night banging their heads against the red and white brick wall assembled by Atletico Madrid mass defense at the Etihad Stadium. The Spanish champion will still believe they can cause another surprise in the second leg in Madrid on April 13th. Wednesday night we see Chelsea host Real Madrid and Villarreal host Bayern Munich in the first leg of the Champions League quarter-final. Now on our entertainment news. Barbadian singer Rihanna has officially joined the Billionaires Club. This is according to Forbes in its latest publication. The 34-year-old singer officially reached billionaire status back in 2021 with an estimated net worth of $1.7 billion. Forbes' Madeline Berg attributed Rihanna's wealth not to her music output but to her widely successful ventures into fashion and beauty. According to Forbes, Rihanna made a fortune from her beauty brand Fenty Beauty. The company, which was co-owned with luxury conglomerate LVMH, reportedly racked in more than $550 million in revenue in 2020, the financial magazine revealed. She also has a 30% stake in her Savage and Fenty lingerie line, which raised approximately $150 million in Series B funding at a $1 billion valuation in early 2021. Interestingly, Rihanna has officially become the first billionaire from Barbados. It's tricky because it's even hard to accept that that's where you are because I know where I've come from. At the same time, it feels good to be able to inspire young women and boys who, like me, come from humble beginnings, who comes from parents who are immigrants or who are immigrants themselves to be able to do this, the soon-to-be mom said about her achievement. According to Forbes, in its new rankings, there are 2,668 billionaires with a collective net worth of $12.7 trillion. Rihanna was ranked number 1,729 on the list. Other celebrities on the list include media mogul Oprah Winfrey and rapper Kanye West. The 1980 to 1983 set of the Faculty of Law, University of Lagos Alumni Association will be celebrating its 13th to 15th combined annual reunion in Lagos from April 8 to 10, 2022, tagged Eco 2020 to 2022. The reunion will hold at the Radisson Blu Hotel Ikeja, GRA, Lagos, Nigeria. The highlights of the events with the team celebrating 40+ years of friendship starts with a welcome party on Friday, April 8, whilst the annual general meeting holds on Saturday, April 9. The reunion will end with a grand finale dinner same day. There will be a Thanksgiving service on Sunday, April 10 at the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Rose of Sharon, Adekunle Fajuyi Way, Ikeja, GRA for Christians, while Muslim members will hold prayers at the Radisson Blu Mosque within the Radisson Blu Hotel premises. A release jointly signed by the chairman, local organizing committee, Justice Tidowu Alakija, and the National Publicity Secretary, Francis Efanga, stated that the event would have in attendance all members of the UNILAG flagship law class, both at home and abroad. Amongst the invited guests are the class former lecturer on law of evidence, now the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osibanjo. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, a member of the flagship law class, the Executive Governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, amongst other dignitaries. Other dignitaries expected are the Vice Chancellor, University of Lagos, President of the Alumni Association and President of Channels TV, Dr. John Momo, the Dean, Faculty of Law, and other renowned Professor of Law from UNILAG. The class president, Honorable Justice Mobolaji Ojo, who is expected to hand over to a new president at the AGM on Saturday, said the ECO 2020 to 2022 reunion will provide a unique opportunity for the closely knit flagship class to celebrate and meet again after almost 3 years of break due to COVID-19 pandemic, and it would give the class another opportunity to discuss latest legal and other social development from around the world and discuss further ways of assisting the law faculty. Activities for the reunion week start on April 6 with a courtesy visit to the Faculty of Law so as to hold a meeting with the current Dean of Law and the faculty management, and a visit to the President, UNILAG Alumni Association, Dr. John Momo. And that's the size of our package today. Join us tomorrow at the same hour to watch our news as we give you updates on happenings within and across the globe. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mlc TV. Like and follow our Facebook page, Mlc TV, Instagram, Mlc TV 2021, Twitter, Mlc TV 1. For your event coverage, information, contribution, adverts, and sponsorship, please call any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join us Friday and Saturday to watch our special programs. Friday 9 p.m. Local Government and You, Saturday 7 p.m. Family Affairs, 9 p.m. Political Arena, and Women's World Sunday by 6 p.m. It's Mlc TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. I am Matthias Ayodeji. Please continue to be your brother's keeper to build a united and peaceful society. Thank you.